Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, 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 every day I'm hustling.
When you in the trenches, you know, it's cool to shoot them bullets. How you gonna defend yourself when them bullets coming back?
Davis thought Santa Cruz was gonna fold from his. The popular and acclaimed defending WBA lightweight champion of the world.
If it was the streets, these niggas would been smoked. Pack the whole group up, pack them up and get them the fuck out of boxing.
Haney, Cambosis, one of those folks, maybe Garcia.
All them guys is easy work. They easy work, man. I'm the top dog.
The hard-hitting young star of boxing, 3-division world champion.
Skill for skill. I'm much more skillful than Canelo. I stand on that. I'm much more skillful.
You and Cambosis, what happens, Tank?
I'm whooping that ass. Tell him come see me. Tell him hold the belts. I whoop his ass for free.
The defending world champion from Baltimore, Maryland.
We from the city. You know what's happening, what's in the city. TheBoxingVoice.com.
Gervonta Tank Davis.
SDS Promotions.
I remember walking in Mayweather gym, he sitting on the couch. I told him, "Yeah, bum ass fighter." He ain't say nothing, not one word. He got a furrow on his 80 degrees.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Sunday edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. We're going to be talking about Tank and the fact that he has his brand new fight. It's going to be happening January 7th in the beginning of the new year, 2023, right in Washington, D.C., a hometown fight for Tank. And let me tell you, this ain't no tune-up. He's going to be taking on Hector Luis Garcia, who is the man to not only drop and defeat undefeated Christopher Colbert, but he's also the man to go on to beat super champion Robert Gutierrez. So Tank definitely not taking a tune-up, and we talked about that here not too long ago as to whether he was going to take a soft touch in between. And this was one of the names, and everyone, you know, pretty much was on the same page when it came to this name as far as this being a tough test. Now, obviously, it is the weekend wrap-up, so not only are we talking Tank and his fight with Hector Luis Garcia that is set for January 7th, but we're also talking Jaime Munguia's performance that took place this weekend. And also Anthony Yarde got a tune-up that led him into an Arthur Beterbiev fight that is set and signed and ready to rock and roll. Let me tell you, Anthony Yarde will be taking on Arthur Beterbiev, and Arthur Beterbiev is going to be defending his crown, obviously, and it's going to happen in Wembley, in London, at the OVO Arena. It'll be obviously a 175-pound showdown, as Beterbiev has multiple belts in that division, and he's going to be defending them versus his mandatory challenger in Anthony Yarde. And, you know, that's going to be happening. And that will be January 28th, 2023. Tickets go on sale Thursday, November 24th at the AXS.com or Ticketmaster.co.uk. So, shout out to Yarde to put himself back in position, not only for a title shot, but for a unified opportunity, right? Like he's gets a shot at 3 belts. So now, obviously, that means if he wins, I'm sure there's a rematch clause, but if there's not, man, he goes right into, undisputed with Bivol And Bivol also has a fight. But yes, we are using Twitter Spaces, and on Twitter, you can request to speak if you want to voice your opinion. Maybe there's a topic that you want to bring up that we haven't brought up, and we're also using Discord to talk as well. So, yeah, man, not a lot of news actually to discuss this weekend, as it was a very slow week in the sport. But we definitely got word that the WBO has given Kazakh style 15 days to negotiate with Jaime Munguia for a fight that has to take place for Kazakh style's WBO belt. So we'll finally get to see Jaime in a fight, unless he doesn't want that fight. Now, obviously, we just seen Denzel, I'm about to call him Denzel Washington, Denzel Bentley go 12 with Kazakh style, so maybe that gives Jaime Munguia some sort of confidence. But there are rumors that, he may get that Golovkin clash for Cinco de Mayo. And if you're DAZN, maybe that's a fight you pay for. Maybe that's a fight you give, Gennady a little bit more money so that he does take, so that your younger fighter in Jaime Munguia can, win, so that he can carry that torch and, get some of that residual fandom that is Mexican style. Now, I know that if that Gennady-Golovkin fight is on the table, there's no way that they are going to negotiate with Kazakh style Johnny Beck. Obviously, the WBO knows this. That's why they gave him a 15-day limit, because Cinco de Mayo is very far from now. So they're trying to push Munguia into this, or at least to denounce his position, right? Which would take us to the next in line. And if Munguia happens to say no, at 160, Chris Eubank Jr. would be next. So let's see what Munguia does. In terms of his fight, Jaime blew out an overmatched opponent by the name of Gonzalo Correa in 3 rounds. And look, he can do all that he wants. He's doing it in Mexico. I don't think that it hurts anybody. He did it in Guadalajara. It is what it is, right? Like, he packed out his house, right? Let me see if there is a number. But it was packed from what I've seen. It's on DAZN. You can see it if you want. So is the Rahman fight. Rahman lost. I know that Jake Paul is upset at this point, because that was a fight that he could have had on his resume. Now, Rahman fought a big boy, man. Really, really big boy. So, credit to Rahman. He got in there. And, yes, he was supposed to be the real boxer. But, big man proving that size does matter in the boxing ring. Or when, when the other person isn't that skilled, then maybe that's what we get. I don't know what happens with Rahman now. Does he have a rematch clause? Does he move forward from here? Because he lost to Tommy Morrison's son, and it wasn't even Lippy, right? It was another one that beat him. And now he loses to this guy who's like a former football player or something. I don't even know who Nick Hardy is. Sounds like a fucking wrestler, but I don't know. Crazy. So there's an article on Boxing Scene, and this is the weekend wrap-up, right? There's an article on Boxing Scene that and it's titled Keith Thurman wanted $10 million to fight Jaron Ennis, and that's according to the father of Jaron Ennis. It's just crazy, because this is the same thing they said about Thurman when he wanted to fight Crawford, but then he came out and said that wasn't true. I don't know. But according to Ennis's father, he says, and I quote, Thurman wanted $10 million to fight Boots. Come on, man. You don't make $10 million. Why would you want $10 million to fight Boots? I know it's high risk, low reward, but you'll never made $10 million fighting Manny Pacquiao. Ennis told YouTube channel In This Corner. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I think that Crawford Thurman understands this business, and that sounds strange that he would ask for 10. Where is Ennis's father getting this from? I don't know. But and I quote, he says, we want to fight 2-3 times a year, and we don't like the inactivity for Boots. So I talked to Showtime head Steven Espinoza and told him we need to fight. We were supposed to be fighting on December 17th or something like that. I told Espinoza that we want someone in the top 5. We're not going backwards. We're not going to 10 or 9 or anything like that. We want top 5, 6, or 7. Crawford is going to be fighting Avanesian, and that's who he wanted. But he turned us down. We've been asking for him. He was supposed to fight Virgil Ortiz Jr. one time, but Ortiz turned him down. That's what I heard. We want everyone in the top 5. We asked all them guys. So that's what we waiting on. I don't know who Espinoza is going to get for us, but he going to get somebody. We don't like waiting because Boots always stays in the gym. Now, according to Jake Donovan of Boxing Scene, he did a Twitter space that one of my listeners sent me and said that Jake, who is a known writer for Boxing Scene and always breaking news, that Jake is has said, excuse me, I'm just trying to find it because obviously he gave me all the info. Let me see. And apologies. All right, so I'm going to have to go scrolling name by name. I want to shout out Kenichi Bear. Wow. Those guys are so official. Shout out Canna in Nebraska. He bought a set of Kenichi Bear headphones, supporting the young amateur Cardin and continuing to support us right here on TBV. And I have found what I am looking for. So I'm just scrolling. So Jake Donovan said Karen Chudvakin. I don't even know. I'm sure I said that wrong. Let's get Jeffrey on it. Jeffrey.
Karen Chukhadzian.
Okay, so they changed my Jeffrey to a girl. But that's all right. They didn't tell me they were going to do that. So it's Karen Chuck Advigan or something like that, right? So let's see where he's ranked at. Where's this Karen character? I've never heard of Karen. Crazy. Sounds like a WBO fighter, but he's not even on the WBO rankings. Let me just screen share this for you. As of right now, I'm not seeing him in those. Wait, shit. Cameron. Okay, we were talking welterweight. 13. There he goes. 13. Which is obviously what they said they didn't want. They said they wanted top 5, 6, or 7. So I guess Cody Crowley's not fighting him. There's also rumors that Rashidi Ellis turned down the fight. And I get it. If I'm Rashidi, I'm number 9. There's no rush. I just started getting back active. I've been on the shelf. I need to warm up. I get him. He got like 1 round out. I get him. But yeah, I've never seen Karen fight.
Karen Chukhadzian.
Chud Katzhayan. Never seen him fight, man. But you know, let's see if that's true. Remember, this information is coming from our good friend at Boxing Scene, Jake Donovan. But in terms of our main topic, definitely think that this is a amazing opportunity for Hector Luis Garcia. Obviously, 2016 Rio Olympian, right? And he got the big upset over the fight with Chris Colbert, knocking him down. When Colbert said, "Who's this guy? He doesn't have power. Who's the guys that he fought?" Garcia showed him that the power is real. You know, now this fight will happen at 135. So it's Tank defending his title. So that means that Hector probably won't lose his belt at 130. But he gets the opportunity to shock the world, you know, and make a name for himself versus Tank. Puts up a good fight. Look how well a guy like Isaac Pitbull Cruz is doing just for fighting well. You know. So, got to respect Hector, who signed the contract immediately. Got to respect Tank that isn't taking any sort of tune-up when he got a big, big fight on the line. So, for those that are asking, hey, what happened? I thought he was fighting Garcia. That fight still is happening, but Tank has to go through this guy first. That fight happens in April. So, I guess the poll is, do you like this fight for Tank? Keep it simple, yes, no. A lot of people are not going to know Hector Luis Garcia, and that's okay, because I guess on Fight Night maybe they will be in for a surprise. I know that I'm surprised that there is about 3 times the amount of people watching that there is thumbs up. So if you could go ahead and smash that thumbs up, it's going to help with the visibility. Also, we're trying to get to our next goal here of 159,000. Let me see, right now we're on 158,795. So if we could just get a couple more people to tell a friend, to tell another friend, to tell a couple other friends to take us to the next level, that is exactly what we need. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. And if you have, grab your kids' devices and subscribe, because numbers is power and power is respect. And respect means those interviews that you want in our Win Studio Monday through Friday from 12 to 2 p.m. But we did start our poll. We do have our Twitter Space and Discord available if anybody wants to call in. If you want to voice your opinion, you want to talk about the Tank versus Hector Luis Garcia fight, or maybe some of the fights that took place this weekend. I know it wasn't a lot of amazing news, and it wasn't any big fights, but, you know, it is what it is. What we do have is Tank, I don't know, is he trolling or is he just not feeling Black Prom? But he did tweet something that he hasn't deleted just yet. And I'll just go to that. And I found it very strange, right? As a man that loves to delete, and as a man that, you know, he kind of like, I don't know, changes his mind often. This one stood here, so he's standing on it. And I don't know if it's shots fired, but you tell us, right? So as you can see, I zoomed in. And is this a shot at Terrence Crawford? So the comment coming in was, come home to Black Prom, Tank. And he said, that was very disrespectful for you to say. I'm going to give you a pass. Don't say that shit no more. So, damn, what does Tank know that we don't know? And why is it such a bad thing to tell him to come home to Black Prom. I mean, they gave Crawford 10 milli, and they gave, Broner 8 figures for a 3-fight deal. So what does Tank know that we don't know? And obviously he means it because he hasn't deleted it, right? Like usually the homie deletes things very quick. So, this is what went on today. Some small things here and there, but definitely some things that you need to be knowing, because it might not end up being an entire TBV show. Now, if you don't know, we did do an earlier show this morning, and that was totally about Shakur Stevens calling out William Cepeda, Edwin De Los Santos, George Kambosos, and Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Go check out our thoughts and the opinions of our audience on that one right here on youtube.com/The Boxing Voice, or on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeart, anywhere that podcasts are found. We are there. Don't forget to check Blue Wire, But I don't want to forget to tell you all about Kenichi Bear, and I know that you know about him, but, I want to tell you a story, right? So today, I'm I posted this new mixer by Rode. It's called the Rodecaster Pro 2. And, I said, all I want for Christmas, and I put the link, right? So my girl, she's seen it. People in my family seen it. And, about a few hours later, Kenichi Bear hit me up, and they're like, yo, give me an address so I could ship that to you because it's coming out. It'll get to you November 22nd. And, look, we have a working relationship, So, these headsets are what, like $150? So, I got to sell a lot of headsets for him to give me a gift that expensive and that official. And remember, this is an 18-year-old kid, just turned 18. So I'm actually super grateful. I couldn't even believe that he did that. Obviously, again, I'm promoting him, obviously, but you know how many headsets you got to sell to get that mixer? So just shout out to this young man. Appreciate him. And, if you appreciate, me, go ahead and buy a set of these Kenichi Bears, and you're going to get, $25 off by using the code TBV, and you'll also be supporting this young amateur and young entrepreneur out in his, journey, not only to be a boxer, but to continue to be successful. And again, you definitely have to big up and glorify young men like this, because I'm blown away. I'm going to be real. The mixer is not cheap. I was never expecting someone that I haven't met physically yet to do that. So just damn, God is good for sure. I love what I do. I love that people love what I do, and credit to him for enjoying it and helping me in my journey. And that's why I feel indebted and want to help him in his. But he did that today, so that's just crazy, and I wanted to share that because there's no secrets here. Just like I've told you, if you do purchase this headset, proceeds go to him so that he can continue his amateur boxing career and hopefully professional career. And obviously, we get a kickback, obviously, for keeping the lights on. We're going to go to these callers, though. Looks like I got Ricky Spanish. What up? Ricky Spanish, what up? Ricky, you there? We're not hearing you, champ. All right. Let me try Jordan. What up, Jordan? Jordan, you hear us? All right, not understanding. Jordan, are you there? Are you there? Jordan, going once, going twice. All right, I don't know what's going on, Jordan. You're unmuted, but you're not talking. James Benitez, I know you're well aware of how this works. Can you at least give me a check-in here to make sure it's not me and more them? And on Discord, we are also taking calls, so feel free to raise your hand. Okay, we got a few callers. We're going out to Big Gucci Nick. What up? Big Gucci Nick, what up?
What up, man?
Chilling, man. How are you?
Not bad, man. Yeah, that's news to me that Twitter, um, sorry, I'm gonna go speak still right now, man. Um, yeah, how Tank responded to Black Crime, man. I can respect that. Listen, you don't want to be hopping on the same boat as Crawford. Like that man is being bashed for what he did. Uh, and they don't know how much Tank's being paid, so they don't know. You know, you want to stay loyal to the guy that's been feeding you. You don't want to bite that hand. You know what I mean? They coming off a little strong, if you ask me, Black Crime. But yeah, man, that's some real savage, some gangster shit from Tank for real. Uh, but yo, that Hector Garcia fight, that's no tune-up, man. What he did to Chris Colbert, oh, he ruined that man.
Sure
It's
did.
crazy.
Dan, you think Colbert's ruined?
Listen, I think 10 out of 10 times Hector Garcia beats him.
It's funny. There's an article in boxing scene of Colbert still wanting that fight. I'm gonna try and find the headline. There it goes. Colbert still hopeful for Hector Garcia rematch. I'll get it back in blood.
Man, if he could avenge that loss, I could see him getting back, up there, not necessarily on top, but watching that Hector Garcia, he wasn't like injured or anything, man. He wasn't like ill or anything, and he just got dominated. And in that 12 round, I was expecting him to at least try to do something, at least get him hurt. Man, he coasted the entire 12 rounds, man. So I don't know. He don't really got that dog like he said he had in him. You know what I mean? He don't got that core in him. But yeah, man. We'll see how this Tank versus Hector Garcia fight plays out. That's the fire fight, man.
Yo,
Hector
what did
Garcia.
you think of Hasim Rahman losing like that? Did you watch
Oh
that?
my God. Yeah, oh my God, what a shocker, man. Dude, I had to research Greg Hardy, but
Who is he?
wow. He he's like just a football player. I guess he did some MMA exhibitions or something like that. But he was mainly a pro football player, and he has a little bit of fighting background. But man, I didn't think he would do that to Hasim Rahman. That's the true definition of using his size to your advantage, man. Like he came in as heavy as he could, and he ate all those punches, man. With the weight, you got punch absorption too, along with the power. So he made a guy who really was coming up into heavyweight, realize what weight divisions are all about. But yeah, man, that was a shocker. I mean, that goes to show like it doesn't matter if you're a boxer, man. If you got the experience behind you, but if there's enough weight difference, it's gonna be an ugly fight. But that's crazy. He actually landed some body shots, man. Like Greg Hardy actually showed some skill. he showed some skill in that fight, man. He was getting better as the fight went. But that was a 4 rounder, you know what I mean? Like, I know at the fourth round he still has some gas in him, but like a 10 round fight, that's a different story, man. A guy who's that big, we'll see. We'll see how he lasts, like in the 8 to 10 rounder, or even a 12 rounder if he ever gets to that. You know what I mean?
You seen that Jeremiah Milton called them out.
I didn't see that. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Jeremiah called them out.
Wow, yeah, man, that would be a great step in the right direction. Maybe that way he could get ranked, and if he makes a big enough buzz, as long as he's ranked, he could be picked, to get a big fight. You know what I mean? Like maybe in the title contention fight if he gets enough eyes, towards him, as long as he's like ranked. But yeah, man, that's a step in the right direction, in my opinion. He should try to get that fight for sure. You know what I mean? A guy that big draws a lot of attention. 320 pounds, there's nobody else like that in the heavyweight division. He's actually punching like he weighs 320, man.
Bruh, the way he did that roll and fucking dropped him, I'm like, wow, he could fight. But listen,
Dude,
go for it.
Yeah, just one more thing, man. He did a high level move, a really, really high level move, and landed twice. A pull counter with a straight right, and he landed that twice. That's a high level move, man. And yeah, I'm seeing some good things from him. I'm seeing a lot of progress from him, man. But yeah, thanks for taking my call, man. Keep up the good show.
For sure. Let's see who we got. James Benitez, talk to me, brother. Prove my Twitter Spaces works. I hear you.
Yo, what's up, Ness? What's going on? You doing all right?
I'm doing good, man. I'm feeling super blessed, man. I swear, man. I don't know if you heard, but I posted something on my IG story, and my man Kenichi Bear bought it for me. That shit was crazy.
That's what's up, man. You stay getting to the bag, man. Stay getting to the bag. You're doing good, man. It's been a good 2022, man, for you, man. Hopefully 2023 can be double and blessings for you, man. That's what I'm hoping for.
Let's do it.
Definitely, man. But Greg Hardy, man, he's more notoriously known for just beating up women and shit like that, man, instead of fighting. I mean, MMA, he was the fighter that actually brought out like an asthma thing or whatever, like I forget what the hell that shit called, man. But, them little asthma pumps and shit like that while he was in the ring. Got kicked out of that. It's pretty much an embarrassment for Rahman. All he had to do would be disciplined just to lose a few more fucking pounds and shit. And I think he would have had his namesake would have been kept up better if he would have lost to Jake Paul than to Greg Hardy, in my opinion. Especially if this was probably for a way lesser bag. Other than that, man, talking about the Garcia and Tank, I mean, well, let me get to Cobra first, man. How long did it take for Tommy Hearns to actually reveal that he had a broken hand in round one? About over 40 years? So, I mean, fighters go into things where, today's fighters, most of them, they announce that they're sick, broken hand, some kind of injury in camp or whatever immediately. Who knows what Cobra may have really had going on, man. I'm glad that he's still chasing the smoke. I believe that he would give a better fight the next time and everything, but something had to be going wrong with him physically for him to look like he quit in the ring. Other than that, I don't think Garcia really got shit for Tank. I think Tank's going to stop him, and I'm just going to stand on that. Other than that, man, hey, I just wish that the TBV community and you, yourself, man, and Danny and everybody could just stay blessed, man. And I'm out, man.
All right, Chant. Well, appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining us on Twitter Spaces. If you want to join us, just go ahead and request to speak. We're taking calls on Twitter and on Discord. Looking like we got Davidian in Buffalo Falls. What up? Davidian, what's good?
No, good, my brother. What's good, Ness?
Chilling.
I mean, about this Gervonta Hector, the Garcia fight. That's a good fight. I like that fight. Garcia surprised a lot of people when he beat Colbert, so that's a good fight. That's a good fight for Gervonta. Yeah, other than that, there's some okay. I ain't even gonna say that. It was just crazy. I was surprised Nassim lost to Greg Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a former football player. Then he did UFC stuff, and remember when he was threatening his girl? That was crazy. So I'm like, damn, you can't lose to a guy like that. But I don't know that whole show. I know a lot of people in the some of my buddies in the back call was watching. I couldn't watch it. It's just a circus to me. I don't know. It wasn't interesting. And then the Jaime Munguia fight. He's fighting a guy that like when they gonna take the training wheels off of for this guy? Like when he gonna fight somebody? I mean, I know he called out old Golovkin, but he should have been fought him. Like, but other than that, I'm happy for Gervonta, Tank Davis, and just I'm glad you're doing good, Ness, and God bless all the callers, and I'm out.
Appreciate you, champ. We going out to Lil Tommy. What up? Lil Tommy on Twitter Spaces.
What up? You can hear me?
Perfect.
Yes, sir. I heard somebody call in and say something that something had to be wrong with Chris Colbert for him to quit in the ring like that. What's going on out there about that?
I don't know. That was James Benitez, but I don't know if he is just, insinuating that something had to be wrong, or does he know something was wrong?
Yeah, see, this the thing I be talking to Keith about, bro. Like, I know a lot of people become fans of fighters because of, of highlights on Instagram or just, maybe one or two good knockouts against, D and C minus level opponents. But every fighter pretty much has to go through the storm. You may like whoever you like based upon who they done beat so far, and that's cool. But sooner or later, like a storm gonna come, and they gonna have to get through the storm to be considered an elite fighter. Chris Colbert got in the ring. Yeah, it was a late replacement and all that, but he got in the ring with a guy that he, tough guy, but he probably thought it was gonna be, an easy win for him. And the storm came. So when the storm came and he didn't get through it, now it, obviously this is that it reasons why you feel like he didn't win the fight. I mean, the man Hector Garcia was just a better man that night. You can't say nothing else about that. Then he go on and beat the regular or the super champion and becomes a super champion himself. So that man, obviously, just because you probably didn't watch his bring up, him coming up in the ranks and stuff, that don't mean it's not a good fighter or a good fight for another fighter. Like, and me, my thing is, if I'm not sure if they announced the weight, but if Tank actually gonna try to make 130 to go for that belt, then
he's defending his belt, 135. They announced that he's defending his belt.
Okay, that's what I didn't see. But it's still, it's a good fight. Like, all old Roy Jones will tell you, all old school dudes will tell you, anybody in or around my weight class can get it. So and Tank went from 130 to 140 so far fighting motherfuckers. So if Hector Garcia feel like, hey, I can make it happen at 135, I done made it happen at 130 so far. You see Shakur going up to 135. He done made it happen at 26 and 30. But
come on, man. I think that's just Hector getting an opportunity you can't turn down. Like, you going to get the...
Well, no, I agree with you. But I'm just saying, like, for people to call it a cherry pick.
Oh, no. People that's calling it a cherry pick, they just don't know boxing, though. Let's be real.
That's what I'm saying. So it's definitely an opportunity to move up, get some money, possibly beat a really big name in the sport. It's an opportunity. That's why you do those. But for people trying to call it, a cherry pick, they just don't know shit. And and that man, whoever's listening and don't know Hector Garcia, that man is a bona fide champion now. He done won 2 tough fights in a row that could have pretty much fans had him losing at least one of those fights guaranteed. So it's a good fight for Tank, especially if he's gonna go from that to the Ryan Garcia, and like I said the last time I called a couple of days ago, you can be there's fans of boxing and there's fans of fighters. The fans of fighters don't know too much about boxing. So when they don't see a name that they don't see often on the internet, on Instagram and Twitter and shit, and they don't know who to do this, they just automatically assume it's a cherry pick. So people just gotta get it in the sport more if you're gonna try to talk about it. But that's my call, my man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, champ. Appreciate you. Thank you for calling in on Twitter Spaces. If you want to join us right here on Twitter, all you got to do is request to speak. And also, we're taking calls on Discord. I got C-Dub in Alabama. Roll Tide. What up?
Yo. How's the audio?
Loud and clear.
Yo. Shout out to the panel. Yo, TBV. Smash that like button. It's free. Do something with yourself. Man. So, this is the guy. Is this the guy they say they wanted Jake Paul to beat to be considered a boxer?
Oh, you talking about Hasim?
Hasim. This was the guy, remember?
I mean, he's a boxer, brother.
Right.
I mean,
Oh,
listen.
no.
Listen,
this ain't not a boxer
be careful.
anymore.
Be careful what you about to say. That was a big-ass boy, man.
You're right. But now they saying that he's not a boxer no more after this loss. It's crazy, man.
What you mean he's not a boxer no more?
I mean, no, I didn't say that. That's just what they saying on the back call. You know, that this loss so embarrassing that he need to retire and he don't need to be a boxer anymore. But yeah, I feel like he shouldn't have got in the ring with this guy. This guy he was too big, and I think he just didn't respect the guy fighting ability or boxing ability, and this is what happened.
Yeah.
He didn't respect it at all. So you got to respect something, or you're going to get showed. You're going to get showed. You need to respect it, and he did. So, yeah, man. I guess Jay gonna have to get Tommy Fury now. He can still pop that cherry, and because Hasim, he can't get no props for being Rahman no more, right?
I mean, Jake still could fight Rahman. You know what I'm saying? Like, why we acting like Jake gotta fight undefeated fighters, man? Like, when you 6-0, that ain't what you do. Like,
You so right. You're right.
He still could fight Rahman. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Rahman still on the table. Tommy Fury still on the table. Okay, yeah,
Tommy
you're right,
on
man.
the table and
You're right.
KSI on the table.
Yep. Shit, and Tank. I mean, that's a good fight.
What's my man name that they did the face off? You know he on the table. He on the
Who
chopping
that? You
block.
talking about
I don't know
you
that
talking
dude
about
name.
damn.
The
And Andrew.
controversial dude.
Huh.
The controversial dude. I don't know his name.
The bald headed light skinned guy.
Yeah. They did like 10 million views on that face off. You know that's a fight.
Yeah, that's gonna be lit. And then that Tank fight, shit, I mean I can't wait for it. I know it's gonna be electric. You're gonna get the KO. And then I just can't wait to a presser for the Tank and Ryan fight, man, so I could officially be on board, man, with everyone else. Man.
Oh, you skeptical.
You gotta have your reservations, man. You got to. I mean, but a press conference. I think a press conference
empty. You glass half empty.
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm a little scarred, man.
No, I hear you.
The Errol Spence and Bud kind of, people was telling their boss they was about to be off. Making plans. Making reservations.
Word. Nah,
so,
I definitely hear you.
Yeah, we just need. I'm gonna wait on the official press conference, and then we'll go from there.
So wait, they saying Greg Hardy, a former UFC champ and a former NFL player. Like, why you playing Rahman out? He fought a dude that's like a
No, he wasn't a UFC champ. Nah, he wasn't at all.
Somebody spent $2 to say that. Lockett said former UFC champ, former NFL player.
Nah, he was coming up in the ranks. He was not he was not. I wouldn't even say he was good. They were trying to move him along because they knew he was a name. But yeah, as soon as he fought somebody that was, you know,
James got a counterpunch. He might got some information you don't know about.
man, as soon as he fought somebody that was about something in the UFC, they knew it. But he still was game, and he still was a good sport. And he like you saw, he come to fight. So, shout out to my man's. He looked like he could do something in the boxing. Shit, shout out TVV. Smash that like button, it's free. Shout out Ennis.
Kenichi on the tap in saying thank you for the shout out, man. Thank you, champ. I had to tell him that story, bro. That was amazing. I do appreciate you. And we're going to keep pushing the brand. We're going to keep making sure that you sell as many headphones as possible to make sure that you can get to all your tournaments, man. We do appreciate you around here. We got a counterpunch from James Benitez in Huntsville, Alabama. What up?
Yo, Ness, you hear me?
Yes, I do.
All right, cool. I think didn't somebody respond about that Cobra comment saying I was insinuating something? Yeah. Well, shit, man. If his man's Keith and everything, man, Keith had what? Neck injury, elbow injury, what? Brittle hands, all types of shit. We was getting more injury updates on what Keith had going on instead of fights. At least Cobra, man, if he was injured, like some fighters do, man, they actually just take it on the chin and don't even reveal that information to the damn public. That's all I'm saying, man. So that's just pretty much my point, like, hey, some fighters, man, they just go ahead and just go to war, look bad, and just want to get their get back instead of just go ahead and announcing injuries all day long, like Loma did with Tio and everything. Even though he was out here doing somersaults and handstands and shit, he wanted to say he had a shoulder injury, man. Some fighters are warriors, man. And I mean, I want Chris Cobra to win. He always been a representative of good causes and shit. That's why he changed his hair colors, and he also been part of like different programs, like PALs, like police athletic leagues and shit like that. Growing up as a kid, if I ain't mistaken. So man, people like that, we want to win. All that other shit, man, we just got to remove that. Let's just hope that he can go ahead and bounce back, get a good fight, and he's just going to be rebranded. That's all it is. Let's see Chris Cobra 2023, and I'm out.
All right, James, man, thank you for calling in and for counterpunching. We got Matt Bet in Kansas City. What up? Matt Bet, you got to unmute.
I'm on mute. Can you hear me?
Perfect.
All right, man. Yo, Greg Hardy, he was just too big for Rahman. It was a heavyweight that was Rahman, and then super heavyweight, which is Hardy. But, people try to make light of it. I watch MMA. He was all right. He didn't have all the skills like kicking and submission. Most of his MMA stuff was standing up and throwing punches. Basically boxing, because he had power. He was a big guy. He does have asthma. There was fights where, I know the one infamous fight in the MMA, he was winning the fight and he had an asthma attack. Had to pull out the asthma pumping. And he got kicked out of MMA because he couldn't make weight. He was always overweight, too heavy, too big for the MMA heavyweight limit. But he's a big athletic dude, man. So either way, he showed something. So maybe he could use his name and promote boxing some more. I didn't think it's a bad thing for Rahman. He's too much of a giant athlete in front of him. Fight of the day, like I said yesterday, was my man Dean the Great and the other kid. That was a decent, exciting fight. 2 knockdowns and a knockout. It was cool. I enjoyed it. To my man, my favorite fighter, Tranquil. Credit to Hector Garcia for coming up. He beat one of my favorite fighters in Chris Colbert. That was impressive, and he won his last fight. That was also impressive. But I think he goes to sleep against Tank. And if Tank do it too early, Tank won't get any credit. You see, like people who don't know boxing will say, it was just this guy we never knew about who came up in weight, and Tank knocked him out. It was a cherry pick. Hector Garcia had 2 impressive wins. He's a champ. And he'll probably get knocked out like like my Mexican, the little Margarito. You know, uppercut to the chin, but he'll be a star. He will see stars, go to sleep, wake up, and be a superstar like all the rest. That's my call. Thank you.
All right. Mad Bent, thank you for calling in. We got a bunch of callers on Discord. We going out to Venom. What up?
Yo.
What up, Sean?
Hold on, I gotta put you on speaker. All right, am I good?
Yep. Yes, sir.
I don't think the fight's a tune-up. You know, I think it's a good fight. The only thing I don't like about the Hector Garcia is he's moving up. He's making a move up. Pretty awkward. Because he has about 130.
What you mean, like to go?
Nah, but Hector
Or you
Garcia
mean like
got a
for
belt.
or you mean like Fortuna?
Ryan was the fighting guy who had a belt.
Ryan and Fortuna was for a belt?
No, they weren't for a belt.
All right.
Hector Garcia has a belt at 130, don't he?
And Tank has a belt to defend at 35, don't he?
Oh, so Devin Haney ain't undisputed?
Yeah, but so you saying that the regular doesn't have mandatories?
I'm confused. So you acknowledging that that's a real belt?
If you got a mandatory, how else is it not? When Devin was the WBC and they was trying to say that Lomachenko was the man, right? Did Devin get the mandatories? The super champion is given to that person because of the WBA, but the regular is the one that makes every mandatory.
Sounds good. But
just the truth.
This is gonna be the first fight where is it kind of like confirmed or official that he's not with Mayweather Promotions no more?
I mean, that's what they saying.
It's gonna be interesting to see how he does on pay-per-view, how they promote him.
I mean, it's still an Al Heyman PBC Showtime event, brother.
Yeah, but they're not gonna have that Floyd back end. I feel like that holds a lot of weight.
I mean, you guys all said that. I'm gonna be excited to see myself because guess what? I never seen Floyd really promoting him. We were always begging Floyd to do a better job to promote him.
Yeah, I guess. I'm just gonna be excited to see how.
But who's your brother fighting, man?
I don't know. He just said he's fighting the tune-up.
Oh, so he's getting a tune-up? Because Hector ain't no tune-up.
I mean, we would have rather just fight right then and there, but it's all good.
I mean, we understand there's like court and shit, so it is what it is.
Maybe we'll fight William Zepeda, knock him out.
Yeah, right.
Why you guys put so much stock in William Zepeda? He threw how many 1,500 punches? Not one punch hurt JoJo.
Okay, so take that fight. Look at
if
JoJo's
they take
face.
that fight, I got Ryan stopping him.
Look at JoJo's face. Those 1,500.
I got Ryan stopping him in 6.
Yo, that would be hilarious. Nice.
1,500 punches is a lot of opportunities for a left hook, don't you think?
Absolutely a lot of opportunities. But guess what? When 1,500 punches coming at you, you ain't thinking about countering. You thinking about covering up.
We'll see. We'll see who he fights.
Hey, man, I thought you was going to give us the scoop. But you came on here talking about tune-up, so we know not to expect William. All righty then. Who next? Looking like Majid in Ohio. Majid in Ohio, what up?
Yo. Everybody like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for something. Man, I'm alright with this fight. Everybody be doing, they like professional weight cutters squeezing into them little ass frames anyway. So I don't got shit to say about this. I'm like, hey, it's happening, man. But like I said, it is what it is. Like Venom, stop that shit, man. Stop hating and shit. You want him to fight somebody that could possibly fuck the show up, you know. But I feel like that Garcia dude, he a good fucking opponent or whatever. And of course, people gonna have something negative to say because that's just the way of the world in this boxing shit. But tell Venom and all his little followers, y'all shut the fuck up and buy the pay-per-view. We counting on y'all as true boxing fans to build towards the next one. But other than that, good show, and I'm out.
All right. Thank you for calling in. We're going out to Keem the Dream. What up?
Yo.
What up? What up?
What up, Ness? All right, listen, man. Hear me out on this, bro. Hear me out. Now, I'm a giant Tank fan. Everybody knows one of my favorite fighters. So, with the level of Tank is, with as good as he is, with the caliber of fighter he is, I would say this is a tune-up, and it's not in a bad way. Because like when Floyd came back out of retirement, he said, "I'm gonna take a tune-up," and then he fights Juan Manuel Marquez, a fucking Hall of Famer. To most people, that's the toughest fight of their life. To Floyd, that's a tune-up. So to Tank, this is a tune-up. He's that caliber of fighter. He's that level of fighter. To other people, Chris Colbert, different fighters, toughest fight of their life, that's an L. They can't beat Hector Garcia. To Tank, it's a tune-up. This is what we do. This is nothing. I'm gonna knock this dude out, and I'm gonna go on and fight a better fighter than Ryan Garcia and do the same fucking thing. So I call it a tune-up, and it's no slight. Again, I'm a huge Tank fan. To me, this is a tune-up because of the caliber of fighter that Tank is. To everybody else, again, I'm gonna say it. To everybody else, it's an L. To everybody else, it might be their toughest fight. But to Tank, it's a fucking tune-up. This is what we do. On to the next one. So that's all I got, bro. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, champ. Thank you for linking up with Vega. We going out to Big Fish Vega.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Man, I got to give Gervonta a lot of credit to have everything set up to fight Ryan and then to take on a champion. Yeah, he's coming up 5 pounds, but this dude has shown what kind of fighter he is, takes on all challenges, upset a guy that just graduated from prospect to contender, then takes on, Gutierrez, who's a guy that was the regular champ, who fought a champion in Alvarado. I think they fought twice or 3 times, something like that. And now wants to take on Tank. So, I mean, Tank could have took it easy. He could have plucked anybody out. Everyone always talks about the people he has fought before. But Hector Luis Garcia is a dude that has forced his way in. And you could say he deserves this matchup. But for Tank to take this fight, knowing that he has the Ryan fight, waiting in the ring, waiting in the wings, man, I've never been like a big Tank fan. I enjoy watching him fight, but it's a lot of kudos to him, a lot of credit, and it makes you want to be more of a fan. I don't understand if anybody hates on this fight because, like I said, Hector Luis Garcia has shown you what he does in the ring. So if you haven't seen him, definitely do your homework because this dude's no pushover. And if Keem's correct, then maybe we're going to be in for a show. But I expect it to be a tough fight. But, Tank got that thing, and he's ready to let it go. So that's all I got, man. I'm tired, man. Keem beat my ass. I'm about to take me a long-ass fucking sleep, man. Take care.
All right, brother. For the person in the live chat on youtube.com/The Boxing Voice asking how to call in, I've just flooded the chat with 2 links. You can either choose Discord or you can choose Twitter Spaces. On Discord, we got Champion Boxing. What up?
Hello, can you hear me?
Perfect.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people are spot on about this. This is not really, to anyone else, this would never be considered a tune-up, but I think just because it's Tank, you can't now say, he's taking an easy touch. This guy is a reigning champion. However, I do agree with one of the callers just before when he said he's fighting him at 135 where he's not a champion. And I know you said it's Tank defending his W regular belt, but I don't count that as a real world title if you're fighting in a division that has an undisputed champion. That means there's no dispute, no other champions. Kind of like Trevor Bryan. No one ever considered him to be a real heavyweight champion. That doesn't mean Tank is any less
I don't
of
know
a fighter.
about that. Ask Daniel Dubois, did he consider him a champion? And ask him, does he consider himself a champion?
But who are the current heavyweight champions now? You ask anyone, they'll tell you Usyk and Fury.
And I agree, but what is Dubois telling people?
Dubois is telling people he's got a WA trinket. That's what it is, essentially. I know he has mandatories, but so does the WBA Super Champion.
Nah.
Because AJ defended it against Povetkin, the WBA Super.
Google that.
That's why.
Google that. That was ordered by the WBA.
Exactly. Yeah, because it was a mandatory. And it's less often.
Not because it was a mandatory, just because. All right, if that was a mandatory, name the one before that or the one after that, because that was 2018.
No. Yeah, that's the thing. So the Super Champion doesn't have mandatories at the regular 1 year.
Ain't that what I said? Ain't that what I said? And you said no, AJ had a mandatory. And I said no. It
as
was
in
ordered.
he has it, but not as frequently. He has them, but not as frequently. Because otherwise, why would they just order him to fight a random
For
contender?
money. For money. Yes. Tell me. Now you tell me, when was Floyd Mayweather ordered to fight anybody as the WBA Super Champion at welterweight and at 54? Go ahead.
Well, okay, that's besides. Anyway, it's besides the point. Mandatories or not, just because he has a mandatory doesn't make him a real world champion. Because it defeats the whole purpose of having an undisputed champion if you've got someone else running around saying, I'm a champion.
Bruv. I get the whole undisputed thing, but you got to be logical. If one man don't got to fight nobody and just gets to wear a belt to hold his pants up, and the other dude got to do all the heavy lifting, fight all the contenders and all the mandatories, what the fuck are you talking about? How is he not a champ?
He's not a champ because but also the WBA are ordering.
Go tell that to, like Danny likes to say, go tell that to the Boxing Hall of Fame.
It's just how it works.
Okay, no. It works like that in Nevada. It works like that in Canastota. It don't work like that in your mind, and that's okay. That's your opinion. But in the real world, that is a champion.
It's not, though. Let's be real. You ask 90 out of 100 people, they won't say a WBA regular champion is a legitimate full world champion. That's why
I bet you $500. I bet you $500 that those same 19 people you want to ask can't tell you the difference between the two belts. And you probably can't tell me. Because there is no difference.
Put it as a poll in this is a hardcore group chat, yeah? Put it as a poll in the chat. If people consider that a real world champion, these are hardcore fans watching this show, tuning in right now.
But again, you asking me to put a poll up to ask a bunch of motherfuckers that never got in the ring, never been in contact sports. So of course
that doesn't invalidate our opinion.
It does invalidate your opinion because you're the one here trying to diminish his accomplishments because you never got in the fucking ring. You never been punched in the face.
Well, I have.
If you have, you would value it more. But you sitting here lying.
It's worth something, but it's not the champion.
Brother, is he the cash cow? Is he the cash cow?
That's a different story.
Is he the cash cow?
So what does that have to do with being a world champion? He is the cash cow. Tank is the cash cow.
Is he going to defend that belt?
You can defend a British title and have a mandatory for a British title.
Is he going to defend that belt?
He's probably defended it before as well. Yeah, he's going to defend it.
So then it don't matter.
I could defend a McDonald's belt. Doesn't mean it's legitimate.
You can't. And that's how you keep killing yourself in this argument. Everything you keep saying, you show that you're just making shit up or lying. First of all, I don't see Jake Paul defending his whatever the fuck that belt is. Secondly, I don't see KSI defending whatever the fuck. Oh, now you want to cut me off because I'm speaking facts.
All right, go on.
No, I'm just saying. You said you could defend a McDonald's belt. I don't see Jake Paul and KSI defending they trash-ass belts.
Did Dylan White defend his WBC belt?
Because it's a silver.
He defended it. Was he a world champion? Has he ever been a world champion?
My friend, a silver champion distinguished that you're not a world champion.
Interim world champion.
Interim champion, you're not a world champion.
Why not? He defended it.
You can be elevated, but you're not a world champion.
But he defended it, like you said. He defended it.
Okay, he defended his interim title.
Have you won? Have you won an interim title? Why are you diminishing his title?
I've never won an interim title. I'm not diminishing. I'm telling you what it is. You want it to be a world title. See, your lack of boxing knowledge, has you making some sort of weak metaphor like an interim and a world are the same thing. They're not.
I don't think it's a world title. I don't think it's a world title. The full world title.
But it's not a world title. It's an interim title. Just
and
like the silver,
champion.
Is a silver title.
What about the gold champion?
The WBA regular is a championship title.
What about the WBA gold?
Guess what? In the Hall of Fame, you don't become a champion and get into the champion category because you had a silver or an interim. But I got to get other callers, my friend. You tried your best. It wasn't good enough.
It was, but all right. Peace.
Exactly, bro. My man Jake Paul got the $1 million belt. He fights every time. He's not defending it. It's not on the line. No sanctioning body, backs it. It's not approved. It's that was just the weirdest thing. But People's Champ, Cincinnati.
Yo, Ness, what's going on, my guy?
What up?
Yeah, all hats off to Tank Davis, man. It's looking like he's finally giving the people what they wanted, which is for him to take, tough fights. And it's crazy that it seems like Mayweather ain't a part of this. And once Mayweather was out of the picture, we see that it wasn't Tank not taking fights that the fans wanted, but it was probably the promotional team that was doing that shit. And it's ironic because that's the same thing Floyd was criticizing Bob for back in his prime of his career, that Bob wasn't giving him the tough fights that he wanted. And then he turns around and does the same thing. I just find that funny. So shout out to Tank for finally getting the shackles off, and he's about to get ready to prove why not only he's the cash cow, he's probably the most talented boxer in the sport. So hats off to him because he doesn't have to fight Hector Garcia. He could have easily fought someone way, less talented, knowing that he has a big opportunity in front of him in April. So the fact that he's taking a champion, then going to take, the big fight, man, that shows guts. Shout out to Hector Garcia for taking this fight as well. I mean, this guy's just been taking big fight after big fight ever since he's, ascended on the scene. So you got to take your hat off to him too. And as far as Hussein Rahman, I didn't watch it, but I see people kind of feeling bad for him. I don't feel bad for him, man. Because when you sign up to fight those gimmick fights against UFC fighters and football players, you not only representing yourself, your team, you representing the whole sport of boxing. So you're kind of obligated to make us look good as boxers and boxing fans. And when you go in there and lose to a football player, you validate these gimmick fights. Now people can say, hey, look, man, this shit, Greg Hardy beat a boxer. This guy can do it then, and this guy can do it again. It makes it hard for boxers to and boxing fans to criticize this gimmick shit because you just let them get a win on us. So, yeah, man, he should feel shitty because ain't no reason why a boxer with supposedly the amateur background he got should be out here losing to football players and half-ass UFC fighters. He was not a champion in the UFC. I think he was like 4-1, got knocked out in like his 5th fight or some shit. He wasn't no champ. He's a former football player, woman beater, and you let this guy beat your ass. So now you validated these gimmicky fights. Now they probably think they can beat all kind of boxers because you allowed this motherfucker to get the win. So Hussein Rahman hold this L. Yeah, he just made boxing look real bad. And I said he got all this publicity from Jake Paul. The fight not going through. He's going to get an opportunity. Hopefully he makes the best of the opportunity he gets from this publicity and he shits the bed in this very next opportunity he gets. Yeah, I hope to never see him again. He just made us look very, very terrible as a boxing community. So fuck Hussein Rahman Jr. But shout out to Tank. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Hector. Shout out to whoever Ryan fighting. These young boys is carrying boxing. They showing these veterans how it's supposed to be done. It didn't take 4 years to get this shit made, and I love it. But other than that, Ness, man, you have a good night, my guy.
Who you think he's fighting though? Cause Ryan ain't announced no fight, but they saying he's gonna, you know.
Who Ryan? I won't be surprised if they threw Jojo Diaz in there,
Off
somebody
a
like
loss?
in house. I'm just saying, man, coming off a loss, yeah, in house. Both cats, LA area cats. I mean, either him or I can see like a Maxie Hughes, but I don't know if Eddie Hearn. I can see Eddie Hearn let Maxie Hughes do it. Like, Maxie Hughes got a chance to spoil the party type shit. It could be a big fight for Maxie against, Ryan, who's very popular. So I can see Eddie
I'd
letting him
rather
cross
do
the
the
street. Well,
Maxie.
cross the street, huh?
Yeah, Maxie sound more realistic, man.
Yeah, Maxie and
least
JoJo.
there's
It
a
ain't gonna be
belt.
Zepeda. I don't think it's gonna be Zepeda. I've heard some people say Linares. I don't know if Linares is even fighting still.
Nah, Linares is fighting and he's sparring, bro. He was sparring Emiliano out here and a bunch of other Vegas people, being real.
Well, maybe throw his chinny ass in there.
But he
Ryan to
coming
get a
off a loss too, though.
highlight reel knockout. You say what?
He coming off a loss too, though. He lost
Yeah.
to Abdulayev.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to put him in there. You don't want to fuck the bag up. Tank. I'm not worried for Tank, but if I had it my way, I wouldn't have picked this tough of a fight for Tank just because the bag is secured already. You don't want to fuck the bag up, risk injury, risk the cut, or some crazy freak accident shit to happen. Not just like thinking they'll lose, but I just don't want a motherfucker to blow it, throw his shoulder out, break his hand, or no crazy shit when the bag is secured. So I hope they give Ryan some light, man, just to get him in front of more eyes and shit of the casual fans to sell this shit. But you see, he already been on ESPN with Stephen A. Smith. The day after they announced it, he was already on ESPN.
Yeah, and no Tank.
So this shit gonna be huge, man. I told them cats on the back call, I don't think it's gonna do anything less than 600K minimum. That's the minimum number, man. This is the biggest event in boxing. I think Bud and Arrow is the biggest fight, but this is the biggest event. It's a difference between a regular boxing match and an event. This is an event. So, yeah, man, this is about to be crazy. But I'm going to let you go, Ness, man. Get to some other callers, my guy. I'll talk to you in the morning.
For sure, champ. If you're on Discord, don't forget to raise your hand. And if you're on Twitter Spaces, go ahead and request El Caesar. What up?
Yo, can you hear me?
Perfect.
Ka-choo. No, what's good, fellas? Great show as always. I like the fight, man. I like the fight. The dude's been doing good. I forget which caller said, but in terms of deserving the fight, I think it's a well-deserved fight. The dude's been doing his thing. And these Dominican guys, like coming up lately have been sleepers and dangerous. Although I really don't see this fight as a dangerous fight for Tank, for the fact that this dude he's got 50% knockout ratio, and he's also a weight class below. So I mean, we'll wait to see how the power carries, but I just think, well, in the words of Keem, it's a tune-up for Tank. But I mean, you're bringing that guy up a weight class, and he doesn't really have that power. So it's, in my opinion, it's a safe fight, but we still got to sit back and watch. It'll be an entertaining fight for sure. I don't doubt that Tank will get the knockout.
He put
but
Colbert down.
In the weight class below. I mean, Colbert's a small guy.
I mean, Tank started at 26, bro.
But Tank is a thick boy, bro.
I mean,
and he already fought at 140.
A big boy
in
what sense, though? Like a big boy in what sense?
I mean, just his body type. He's just a thick kid. I mean, his legs are nice. You know, he's got them Pacquiao legs. He's got great power. I feel like he's just a naturally thick dude. I mean, you can see it in his face too. Every time he's at a camp, he just has a naturally round face. I feel like he can put on the weight better than most guys in those divisions. As you can see, I mean, his power is real. I mean, 140, putting down Barrios, I mean, I mean, he got it, man. It's gonna be a good fight though. I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited for the Jose and what's that other dude's name? That's this weekend, isn't it?
Regis and Cepeda, yeah.
Regis. I can't believe I forgot his name. Disrespectful. Yo, but I'm pumped for that fight too. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got, man. Great show. Like I said, if everything goes well, God willing, I'll see you Tuesday after work, and we'll get that work in, bro.
All right.
All right.
And we're going out to New Nike Hendricks. What up? Look, I thought that was New
How you
York.
put this shit on speaker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What up, Nike?
Yo, you can hear me?
Perfect.
I just want to say shouts out to the Boxing Voice. Like, share, and subscribe if you on YouTube. Share on Discord. Share on Twitter. I was calling about the couple guys. I like the fight though. It's a good fight. People saying that it's a tune-up for Tank. I don't think it's a tune-up. Hector's a good fight. He's a damn good fight. So not a tune-up fight. And like the other dude said, like I like it as a fan, but I don't like it as in the Ryan fight is next because hell, he can, like the guy said, he can do something crazy in there and get an injury while fighting a tough fight because it's not going to be no cake or no walkthrough like everybody thinks. Like he's just going to knock him out. I wouldn't be surprised if he get a decision win. That's why I think it's that much of a tough fight. It's just I don't like it for now because Ryan's next, and Ryan's a younger guy who's hungrier, I would say, than Hector. So, in that case, I don't like it. And as far as like the dude said about Rahman, in my opinion, I always thought Rahman was not a good fighter. He was just living off his dad's name. That's all. And you got that a lot. People live off their father's name. I never thought he was a good fighter. I mean, I give him his props for getting in the ring, putting his life on the line and all that. But as far as his skill-wise and things, he wasn't a good fighter. So he didn't make boxing look bad. He really made himself look bad. Because you were a trained boxer and your dad was a good boxer and you got in there and just looked at that. I mean, Hardy is an athlete. You know, from football, UFC, and boxing. So, of course, you can't go in there taking him lightly. That's a professional athlete. But, yeah, man, that's my call, man. Y'all keep up the good work. You know, best boxing show in the world, man. Shouts out to y'all.
Appreciate you, champ. All right, let's see who we got on Discord. Big If, what up? Big If. Discord, Big If, you got to unmute. There you go. Say something. I hear nothing. Call back in, champ. We here. We rocking out. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. It's going to put this in the eyes of other people that don't know. We rock out every single day. Let me see here. We got to get to some super chats. Do apologize for that. We got High and Low Sports Central, $2 super chat says the boxing voice is more. James Benitez says, who is Ryan fighting? And we already went through that. We don't know just yet who he's fighting. He should be announcing someone. Hopefully it's not a tune-up. He needs to follow in the footsteps of Tank, take on a decent opponent. Got another $2 super chat here from $5 super chat from James Benitez says, up to 2021 Colbert resume was better than Shakur and Ryan's. You can say what you want. Colbert is a good fighter. Devin is comparable in strength. James Benitez right back. He says, is Boots fighting Gabriel Maestre? That is the rumor, but there's also the other Karen rumor that we spoke about earlier in the show, who's I think number 13 on the WBO. We got Prada Pierre, $2 super chat. He says, I think Tank TKOs Hector within 8 rounds. If you think that, you better put that bet on it. But that is everybody. Big If, you back. I'm going to try you again.
Yo, what up, Ness?
We
Hope
hear
you can
you.
hear me, man.
Yeah.
It's popping, man. Salute to you, man. Salute to everybody in the back course. Salute to TBV. Salute to the family, man. Yo, I want to say one thing, man. We all boxers and so-called quote-unquote hardcore boxing fans, y'all always talking down on the celebrity or whatever boxing you call it. But boxers we could definitely learn from the card that was put together yesterday. I'm talking like from beginning to end, I was entertained. Even after the fights, when they had the commentary and all that shit, they brought people in the background. It was held in Texas. The theme was like cowboy hats and shit like that. Everybody was on point, energy. Like it was like, yo, we could learn from that. You know? Like it's like almost like WWE or WCW, whatever they call the wrestling shit. It's boxing, man. That card was put together well. Salute to them, man. Salute to everybody. But I'm looking forward to the Tank fight, man. That's a tough fight for him, man. I don't know why they chose that dude, but it is what it is, man. Salute to y'all, man. Salute to everybody. Salute to Danny. Salute to you, man. And I'm out.
All right. Appreciate you for calling in. Looks like we got to everybody, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. That's GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to catch me tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern, where we're back with another one. Looks like I got a late super chat from Big Super Mix. Cat Super Mix and Border Wars is going to be taking on Jaron Wolf from Louisiana. You don't know what Border Wars is all about. Every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, we have a show, and you can gain information on Border Wars. If you want to get in the ring and swing, you want to test yourself, tired of talking, tired of telling fighters what to do. You want to show us what to do, show them what to do. Get up in here and join Border Wars. We got Supermax who's actually in it. He says, it would be dope if they did a co-feature for the tune-ups like De La Hoya and B-Hop did, but I know that's out of the question with the networks. You best believe it is. But we are out. Catch us on the next one. Peace.